Well, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a very, very beautiful day today here in the Costa del Sol in the mountains of Mijas Pueblo. And it's a really good time to talk about a topic that is really dear to me. And not just dear, but really is something that plays a massive role in all our lives at this moment, more than we could possibly ever imagine. This topic today is going to take a little bit of time, and I'm going to go deep into it. I'm also going to talk about the relevance of day-to-day living, but also the spiritual side of things as well, which a lot of you may not be interested in, but a lot of you might be. And I want to cover all bases about this topic, and the topic is the war on humanity, 5G. I'm going to try and put that as my title, and hopefully a few of you people who are watching this now may be looking at me thinking, the guy's got a stupid top on, who the hell does he think he is? Well, I am no expert in 5G, I can tell you that as a fact. So get that out of the way straight away, no expert at all. Just like I am no expert in anything at all, and I'm glad I'm not. Because if I was an expert, I would be part of the system, and the system would be controlling me and owning me, and I wouldn't be able to talk to you about what I'm seeing at this moment and for the past years, especially since I'd say around 2011. So what's 5G all about? What's going on? How and why are you talking about this? And why are you even talking about it? These are the questions that some of you will be asking now, So I'm going to explain something to you guys, okay? First of all, 16 years ago, I was just a guy running around like an idiot, trying to figure out life. And then decided, for some strange reason, we call it coincidence, I was 38, and decided that enough was enough. I couldn't cope with life and what was happening around me. So I left and moved to a top of a mountain in Spain. And all of a sudden, in those moments, I started to see things that I've never seen before. No idea why, never looked for it, never wanted to see any of these things, but things started to appear. And downloads started happening. Some people may understand this, some people think the guy's a nutter. It's okay, just bear with me. And what happened then is, I started becoming curious, or as many of us know, we call it awakening. We became more aware of things that we never saw before. And synchronicity plays a part of this. This is the spiritual side of things. This is the battle between good and evil. So what happens is, from being asleep, like most of us are, well, like sheep, we just get on with life, and we're told what to do and how to eat and get married and pay your taxes and say to yourself, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. And once you break free from that what you believe is reality, which isn't reality, it's actually a prison to enslave us for a reason why I'm going to explain later on. But let's get to the point where I was. I was at a point where I started to realize that there was more to life, and I started seeing things. I started understanding and feeling things that I'd never felt before. So I started on a path of experimenting, because I wasn't somebody who bought into anything. I needed to feel, and I became my own scientist. And as many of you do, when you start to learn a technique or something new, you start to learn by experience and, trying this, trying that. So I did. So eventually, after a couple of years of experimenting on many different people, of the understanding of energy, I decided one day, because I was doing it free for 2 years, I decided to basically have a room. And I had a room instead of where I was before. And this room basically had a bed. Most masseurs use these beds, but I wanted a bed for people to lie on, so I could start to feel their energy and understand it. Now, for 2 years, I was working on people stood up, feeling their energy and trying to understand it. And now, after 2 years, I'm now fully working as an energy it was an energy experiment. Let's just put it into terms of where some of you may understand. So I'm experimenting with every client who comes through the door. And basically what happened was, and anybody will tell you who knows me, I used to tell people, if you're coming to see me, just give me your first name. Don't tell me anything about yourself whatsoever, please. And the reason why is because I believed in this work. A lot of people say they believe in it, but they don't really believe in it. They just do it and they just go along with things. No. I wanted to know if this is real. So they would lay down, and for approximately 60 minutes to 1 hour and 20 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes, I would have soft music on, and I would lay the client down, get them very comfortable, and then start to feel their energy. I first started across the room, and I used to feel their energy across the room, and as the years went by, I got closer and closer to their energy. And what I started to realize within those years is that we all, humanity, have a very, very special gift. And that gift is to feel somebody else. It's an empathic energy. It's a lot of people call it psychic energy. I don't really like to use the word psychic too much, but it's a natural energy of feeling somebody. Now, a lot of people have probably switched off now, because what does that mean? You can't see it. It can't be felt. You can't touch it. So you're talking a load of BS, mate. See you later. And that's the mentality, and that's what sheeple do, because they're closed-minded, and that's it. But if you start to really spend time with people and say, well, if you sit in a room with somebody and they're in a bad mood, you can actually feel that energy, not just from their eyes and how they are, but you can feel it, that the energy feels awful in the room. And that's because energy has different vibration. So if you're happy, the vibration, say like if you're in a nightclub, the energy in a nightclub, if there's music going, everybody's dancing happy, it's amazing. You can feel that happiness. If you go to a party or whatever, and if that kind of energy where everybody's happy, you can feel it. You instantly feel better. You go to places where it's solemn, and you go to say like a meeting with your counsellors, or something like with government, you can feel the anger and the bitterness and the frustration and the hate between each other. So you can feel that energy. Well, I took one step further. I wanted to feel energy and understand it. I wanted to see if it was really possible to not only feel it, but to see it. And was it possible to actually become that energy? Now, what does that mean? How can you become somebody else's energy? Well, that's an interesting point. After 16 years, I remember sitting with many people, and as they were sat down, I would walk over to them and place my hand either on their back or just stand next to them and say to them, your left eye is hurting. And they'd go, how do you know that? I says, because I can feel it. Or I'd say, you've got an issue with your kidney at one side, or you've got mid-back pain, or your right shoulder is hurting very, very much at the moment. And they'd go, how do you know that? And I'd say, well, 16 years of experimenting in my own way, I have created this new learning method within myself. And that creation is to work on a certain part of the gift that we've all been given, this attunement to feeling somebody's emotion, to feeling somebody's body, to feeling somebody's physical, to feeling somebody's illness, to feeling somebody's sadness. It's all energy. It's all energy, and it has a vibration of its own. Now, my body would actually, I could put my hand over a client and pick up the pain where that client was in deep pain. And I'd work on that, and many people will confirm this. Mark, I used to, sorry guys, just ignore that. So, I'm kind of like, Okay, so I start the work and I'm feeling we call it scanning. We scan the body as a pure energy healer. We scan, and all of a sudden, we'll get a reaction. That reaction can be many different reactions. You can feel pain, you can feel all sorts of different emotions, but those emotions are absolutely there for us to be guided to a certain place, okay? So, after 16 years of working like this day in, day out, if you were to take a scientist and say to a scientist, okay, we're going to do a 16-year project, and every day for the next 16 years, you are going to do a scientific experiment on the effects of energy and how you as a person can determine the energy within somebody else. We're going to ask you to see if you can, if there's any truth, any connection between your energy and your client's energy, and can you feel that? Can you understand it in any way? So here's where I'm getting to. Okay, I'm trying to paint a picture. I've spent hours, thousands, tens of thousands of hours on trying to understand energy around a client and my own energy and feeling that energy and seeing that energy. Okay, sorry, I'm going to switch this off. I'm going to switch that off. Okay, so where we're coming to is a really important part now. So after all these years, I have definitely come to a point in my life that I can say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that I know energy, I feel energy, I understand energy, I understand illness, I understand the energy of illness, I understand and feel more than anything people's illness, people's emotions. I've come to learn through the hundreds and thousands of hours that I've worked on clients. That is my truth. So you can take a man and seal him by saying, where's your certificates, mate? As often is put to me all the time, you know. And you can officially stamp that person, and for the sheeple out there, I'll believe that. But what about somebody who's actually just done it for 16 years, but he doesn't have a stamp by the government? Okay, no difference, it's just a stamp. So my experiment is equal to any other experiment. In fact, I would say my experiment for 16 years is far more credible than somebody who stamps something, because I don't want a stamp. I'm just sharing with you out of love for no other reason. I'm not being paid to do that. I did it because I wanted to heal and to help heal people and understand energy. So now I've come to a point where this 5G is becoming so frightening. And I'm sorry to say it, because I am not somebody who tries to put fear out there. And the reason why I say it's become so frightening is because I am attacked on a daily basis with this energy frequency, which is called 5G. And I'll explain as we go along now how dangerous it is and what it's doing. A few, maybe 6 months ago, I started putting videos out there randomly of my travels wherever I'm going. But as of recently from Bali, and I made some videos out there, but to now coming back from Bali, writing my book, to now being here, I've been traveling to my accountant on a weekly basis, because it's coming up to the end of the year and my accounts are changing now, and I've changed my accountant to Marbella. And what I'm noticing more and more, and this is where it's becoming really, really quite scary, as I'm driving from one point to another, which is from Mijas to Marbella, I go on the toll road. And on the toll road, there are literally hundreds of 5G towers being put up. Now, I didn't really pay too much attention to it other than in Bali to now, I'm really starting to feel things are now progressing. And what that means is there is a new energy becoming more, in my physical body, I can feel it. It's becoming present even more. It's becoming more dangerous. I'll say powerful because that's how it feels. So what I'm noticing is as I'm driving, and I'm not looking at the towers. This is where don't get me wrong. This isn't, oh, I can see a tower, so I feel, oh, this is bad. No, this is like I'm driving along and I'm going, whoa, ow, 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 and then I turn and there's a tower right next to me. As I'm driving along, it disappears slowly. And then as I hit another tower, it hits again. Not every tower. Some towers, yes, some towers, no. I've no idea why. Maybe some towers are not functioning in the way that others towers do. I don't know, but I'm just telling you. So as I was driving not so long back, I wanted to just focus on the road and not look at all, just as an experiment. So I'm just looking at the road, driving, not looking at either side, and all of a sudden I get a pain, and then I quickly turn and look, and surprise, surprise, there's a tower right there. So I'm making this video, and I made the start of this video to make you understand that the reason why I think I'm at a point where I think this should be credible is that I've worked with energy, I feel energy, I understand it more than anybody. And the reason why is because I've become attuned to it. I feel more energy than anybody else because I've spent literally thousands of hours working with energy. Literally thousands upon thousands of hours to feel the most delicate energy, the most unusual vibration, to feel if there's a block, a vibration which isn't normal to the human body. And I'm able to feel that and then say to my client, okay, there was just something in maybe the left breast. Oh my God, Mark, I've got a lump in my left breast. Okay, well, I felt that there and we're working on that, trying to heal it. Okay, so if you understand that, you must understand that I can feel things more than most people. But just because you don't feel it, it doesn't mean it's not attacking you, okay? Because people came to me as a healer to see if there was anything wrong inside my body. And I would say to them, there may be a little issue in your heart, there may be a little issue in your stomach, there may be a little issue in your head. And they would confirm that and say, oh my God, I've been having pains there. So I am literally somebody who I believe is credible to be able to make this video and say to you guys, I swear from the bottom of my heart, these towers are absolutely causing us huge physical issues that are going to manifest into illness. It's going to manifest, and I felt it primarily in my head first of all. So it's targeting the head. Now, the reason why it's targeting the head is because the head is probably, like the stomach, the most sensitive part. The eyes are the most sensitive. The head, because there's so much going on in there, okay? This is where most of my healing work takes place, in the head, because we're healing the head, we're clearing the head of all the toxics, the bad energies, the bad vibrations that are in there, the blocks, all of these things that are causing us issue. I feel it there, first of all, as I'm passing these cell towers. Therefore, I'm making this video as a warning to people, to help people understand that we are now at an age right now that we have to fight against the evil that is attached to whoever are putting these cell towers out there. I'm trying to do some homework and some studies about who are actually the people who have the power to be able to put these cell towers in every single country in the world. Who has the power to do that? And the second thing is, if we know, like I believe, that these cell towers are actually dangerous, I mean extremely dangerous, how are they able to put them up without anybody doing any kind of scientific work to say that they're okay or they're not okay? They've just been put there. Nobody has any documentation at all to say that these microwaves, which I believe they are, they're like an open door microwave, is affecting us. And nobody is actually saying, well, show me the proof that these are not affecting us, because I know they are affecting us. I know they are. And the fact is that wherever this money is coming from, they are buying all the system. They are buying every single person who works in government. They are buying your councillors. They are buying everybody who is allowing and signing the documents to say, yes, you can put your towers up wherever you want. It's okay. Because here's the thing, guys. Every single councillor, every single person who works in the government are basically complicit to the fact that they can be thrown into prison if we can really, for some strange reason, if we're able to get together and take these people to court, they will be prosecuted and thrown behind bars. So I think that the law will not change because everybody in the law and the system has bought into it. So they're not going to say, okay, yeah, let's look into this, because they're going to get thrown into prison because they've obviously allowed it into their country, into their constituency, into their back gardens, into their, towns and cities. So therefore, it's whoever's come up with this horrendous, it's a killing machine. Whatever it is, it's a killing machine. It is causing us great damage and harm. I don't know how far it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen next. But I believe that some of these towers are starting to work on a really horrific level. Other towers, not so much yet. But when I think this takes full effect, I think you're going to see more people becoming ill. I think you're going to see people becoming heart attacks, head pains, eye issues, blindness, erosion of the body. You're going to see strokes. You're going to see people becoming ill and many things happening in their body that, oh my God, why am I feeling like this? Why am I maybe a nosebleed, maybe depression, maybe going a bit crazy? And the reason why is because what we're getting is open microwave ovens on these towers everywhere. They are not, and I repeat this, they are not anything to do with, in my opinion, to do with fast internet. I don't believe that for a moment. I think we're being lied to completely, and I think we have to educate ourselves and look into this more and more. But I am here as somebody on a spiritual, a different level, saying to you, this isn't about medically speaking. This is about a man who can feel things more than others. And to say that I feel energy, I am very much an expert on an energy around your body, and I can feel that, and I can feel it around, and I can see energy around. I've worked with it for 16 years. I know the difference between good and bad energy, and I feel it. And I'm telling you with my hand on my heart, these cell towers are absolutely the most dangerous thing in this world right now, and they are being put up everywhere. And I believe that there is a battle going on, and this is where we move on to the new understanding of good, bad, good, evil. I believe that there is evil taking place within this world, and we have to now wake up to that. We have to stand up to the evil that is trying to suppress and kill us. And I believe wholeheartedly that we need to start to educate ourselves. Everything is connected, guys. Everything. The spraying of the aluminium in the air is connected. The street lights that are LED lights are connected. Your smart meters, your smart TVs, your smartphones, all of these things, guys, are connected. It is all a way to absolutely dumb down humanity. It is trying to suppress humanity. And why? Is because if you can suppress humanity, you can get away with anything you want. If humanity gets up off its knees and is powerful and strong and is open to the energy that is free around us, then you will find yourself becoming more aware, more powerful, and you will speak your truth. If you can dumb down humanity, if evil can dumb you down so you don't do anything, then that is where they are leading us to, and that's what they're trying to do. From that point on, I don't know what is the next stage, but I have a feeling if we start to really tap into this, there is a possibility that if they are in control of all of these 5G towers everywhere, they can change the vibration and absolutely manipulate the energy, the waves, to cause us great damage and harm in many different ways. I believe wholeheartedly when I look at those towers, and I really mean this, they don't look natural. They don't look like they're there to help. They look like they're there to destroy, to cause havoc. They actually look like guns. They look like something that is going to cause us great harm and can cause us harm at any moment. I believe when they're switched on to their full degree to what maybe could be something really sinister, then we could all just be totally blasted by these open door microwaves to whatever degree that this darkness, this evil is trying to do. The agenda of suppression or changing humanity or enslaving us even more by these towers. That is my video today. Merry Christmas to you all. The only way to stop this, and I really mean this wholeheartedly, you're going to have to get up off your knees and say no. And we all have to come together and say no, stop. We have to say no and stop. We now need to at least go to our, I don't know, government is all, to be honest, it's all in the same pocket. So even if you go to your government, they're not going to say, okay, let's look into it, because they're all going to be thrown into prison because what they've done already is illegal. They've broken so many laws already because the energy is not healthy. The energy is killing us, and absolutely killing us softly. It really is. It's so that, we have to stand together as communities. We have to come together in groups. We have to grow beyond the few people who are in control, and we have to somehow become stronger than them. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I think if we keep spreading the message and keep talking about it and keep saying no, that's the only way we can maybe, stop this, and I hope we do. So that's my message today, guys. A little bit tired because I've just driven all the way back and felt the towers as I was driving back, and yeah, it's a huge headache. It's like somebody burning my head, and then as I go further and further it disappears. But yeah, it's not good, and we need to talk about it. So underneath here, guys, let me know what you think. Tell me what your suggestions are. If you know any people out there who have information, who are experts, who really understand this, please put them under this link, this bio. Share the truth with your friends and tell them that, you know what, I don't feel that these 5G towers are good for us. And keep sharing that. Let us all grow. And, you know, it's not about conspiracy, it's about truth. I hope this video serves you well. Take care of yourselves, guys. If you believe in Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you believe that tomorrow's just another day and the next day, like me, then have a great day. Take care of yourself.